Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Today's episode of Frankenstein Control is brought to you by the National Dairy Council. Milk, feed the skeleton in you.
That's a lovely slogan. Mm-hmm. And applicable to everyone, I should hope.
If you or a loved one does not have a skeleton, fucking kill them, dude. They're suffering.
Call your doctor.
Call your doctor and ask if skeletons are right for you.
Call your doctor and say, there's a man without a skeleton in my house. Please help.
He'll send the cops over to shoot him.
Mm-hmm. Well, he is defenseless and unarmed.
There was some kind of... so I guess Lissa's phone software updated, and it included like some kind of a panic thing that you can hit that, like, I guess if
it causes you to panic.
Yeah, well, it's meant to be like an emergency thing to like make noise and draw attention to you if you're being attacked or whatever. It's like a safety thing. And Lissa's like, first off, I didn't tell it to do that, and I keep hitting it by accident 1,000 times a day. And we were like getting out of the car with our groceries, and I hear this really fucking weird noise. I'm like, what the hell is that? Mm-hmm. And it was her panic thing going off on her phone, and she's like, God damn it, she's trying to turn it off. And she's like, she told me what it was, and it's like, dude, stay calm. A police officer has been dispatched to shoot you.
Oh no. Welcome to Frankenstein Control. I'm your host, an app that allows your phone to transform into a bidet. To my right is Ada Ship.
My name is Ada, and I'm the dongle that you have to stick into your iPhone that allows you to use your headphones. But worse.
And in front of me, as always, is B-Rye.
I'm B-Rye, and I'm the new earbuds that just have the straight-up weird plug-in for the phone, the iPhone, what don't need the adapter dongle jack. Those were words.
And as you can tell, our brains are fighting fit for another episode of Frankenstein Control. There's B-Rye's train of thought. Going down the track, it's heading right there, and followed up by Ada. Oh, she's falling back. Oh, she's fading.
There's all of our collective trains of thought derailed by Hungarian train destroyer and masturbator Sylvester Matushka.
We're giving him a real good show.
Will we ever get a biopic of Sylvester Machushka made by, directed and starring Sylvester Stallone?
That'd be pretty cool. Sylvester
Jack
Stallone.
up to the train. Hey, by the way, I was researching how old all the actors were in the movie Blade, and I found out, in the related actors section of Google, because thanks Google, found out Sylvester Stallone is fucking 74.
Damn, dog.
74 years old. Didn't know that.
That's an old man.
Didn't know that. It's crazy, man. The people is old. Also, Wesley Snipes is 54.
He is?
Yes.
Damn.
In our current era, not when he was starring in Blade, though. I mean,
how old was he in Blade?
Well,
what's
minus 54 by how many years ago Blade 1 came out?
You think I can do that shit in my head?
Hold on, we'll work some computer magic. Here we go.
I forgot math the second I didn't.
You said it came out in 98, right?
It came out in 98.
Yeah, that's 23 years ago.
So
31.
Oh, damn. He was our age. What's our excuse?
I don't know.
For not killing vampires and looking cool.
Speaking of movies, we watched a very special movie a couple nights ago.
What was it?
Armageddon.
I don't want to close my ass. I don't want to fall asleep.
I get Armageddon. Wasn't there another asteroid
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact, yeah. I get the two of them vastly conflated.
Where it had a black president, and it was
yes,
so poignant back then. And then Obama became president, and no one gave a shit about Deep Impact.
Yep. We all got killed by an asteroid.
But yeah, no, we did see Armageddon, not Deep Impact. And Deep Impact was, I don't know which movie was trying to like capitalize off the other, but Armageddon totally got the size of the meteor on pack. Because I remember Deep Impact, they're being like 6 miles wide, just as big as the one that killed off the dinosaurs. And then the one in fucking Armageddon was as big as Texas.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, I think one's bigger than the other. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure one is going to have a lot of gravitational problems, even if it misses.
Yeah.
It's going to fuck up the tides and give us a bunch of tidal waves or something.
Okay, let's talk about Armageddon, because there is a lot to unpack about that movie.
I
watched it sober, so I remember most of it. What'd you say, B-Ride?
I said I have not seen that movie, perhaps since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this will be a nice refresher for you.
Okay.
Likewise, I hadn't seen it since we saw it.
So, just to describe what the plot is, a meteor the size of Texas is heading straight for Earth. And NASA doesn't realize it's on its way until they basically have like 2.5 weeks to before impact. Mm-hmm. So they scramble to come
Trump
up.
defunded them.
Yeah, they scramble to come up with a plan.
Well, that was one of the better lines in the movie. Is the president's like, "What the fuck are you guys at NASA good for? You didn't even see this thing coming." And the fucking lead NASA dude's just like, "Well, Holmes, see, here's the thing. You give us enough budget to view about 3% of the sky, and that is a fuckload of sky up there."
He told the president, "Dog, this ain't working." But yeah, this meteor's coming. They got about 18 days, and the best plan that they can come up with on short notice that they actually have like the capability to do that has a good chance of working is to send a drilling team up to the meteor, land on the meteor, drill into the meteor, and plant a nuclear bomb, which will explode, split the meteor in half. It explodes on a fault line. Mm-hmm. Splits the whole thing in half, and both the halves go in different directions and miss the Earth entirely. That's the plan.
Yes.
The thing is
it like that thing on Mythbusters where it's like if you cut a bullet in half, then it's just 2 bullets flying right at you and it still hits you?
No, this is it's a nuke, so it's the American solution to all problems.
Yeah.
Is this the one where they send Bruce Willis and his shitty blue collar comedy tour up there?
Yes.
You just summarized Armageddon.
Yeah, so NASA decides, instead of training these astronauts, which are all basically scholars,
Yeah.
Yeah,
to use a drill.
Like, not only do you have to be like a physical specimen to be an astronaut, you have to be smart as shit, and you have to be cool and calm under pressure. You basically have to be a fucking superhuman to be an astronaut. It's kind of crazy.
That's why a lot of them come from former fighter pilots, because fighter pilot being probably the most demanding earthly job there, and scary earthly job.
Well, besides working at Sheets.
Yes.
But that's a different story.
Scary.
We're gonna send you to the moon next, Data.
I'm all set.
Sending you to Mars. I don't want to close the sheets. So anyway, yeah, we have these amazing, supermen with PhDs in being smarter than your ass, and of course, in classic, Hollywood fashion, they're like, nerds are for nerds.
Yeah.
We gotta get some blue-collar Bruce Springsteen chucklefucks who are drunk all the time and send them into space because drilling is an art.
Is it, though?
That is a line. That is a line in the movie that fucking Bruce Willis says.
Bruce Willis says, drilling is like an art. Just immediately like, is it, though?
Is it, though? And you know what? Fine. I'm not... Okay, I'm only kind of partially shitting on drillers. They have an important job.
Yeah, the job does take a lot of skill to do.
It's
physically not easy. It's demanding. It's a valuable skill, but like it's not like it's impossible to teach.
And also, it's obviously this creates conflict and interest in the movie. Like, it'd be kind of boring if they just send a bunch of scientists up there. That's why nobody remembers Deep Impact.
It just makes me think of
the guys they chose were like, half of them were psychopaths, one of them was a psychopath and a child molester.
Well, I mean, I literally can't think of a better thing to do with a person like that than blast him into space.
And one of them was Michael Clark Duncan. Please God, I hope that was actually Michael Clark Duncan, because that's the only gigantic black actor I can think about. But yeah, so they shoot a bunch of drunks into space and like
shoot a bunch of drunks into space.
Okay, Ada, what do you say about the pacing of this movie? Did it feel like it was more than half the movie was them preparing to go to the asteroid, or would you say it was a fair like 50-50?
I felt like it was more than half.
Yeah,
but then like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, it was, like, 50-50, them preparing and them actually being on the asteroid and doing shit. Or, not really on the asteroid, but doing the mission. Because a lot of shit went wrong.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because they're not astronauts.
Well, I mean, even so, it's like we're saying is that you got to have a conflict in a movie. If you have a movie and everything goes right and according to plan, that's boring.
Yeah, it's boring.
You got to have everything come down to the last fucking second. You got to have people die because that's how you create your drama.
But still, that's fucking exactly how it fucking happened, though.
Exactly.
For sure. Like, if there's one thing I can give Michael Bay for that, Michael Bay / Jack Offerson or whatever the fuck.
J.J. Abrams.
No.
No, J.J. Abrams worked on it.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's in the credits.
He played the drill.
No, he just did drill tweets.
Yes.
No, it was the fucking guy who helped do Independence Day.
Will Smith?
No, it was some German guy.
Werner Herzog?
No, but also I want to see that. I want to see Independence Day directed by Werner Herzog.
We split the meteor in half. We're trying to get the smaller meteors taken care of. Can't stop the dancing chicken.
Roland Emmerich. That's who I was thinking of.
Keep rolling. A household name. A household name if ever there was one.
Hold on, I might be wrong about that too. I'm so bad with names. There's Michael Bay. Oh, I was wrong again. It's Jerry Bruckheimer. Jerry Bruckheimer.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, so welcome to Taylor Gets Actors Wrong, the podcast.
You got the first one right.
So Gerald Bruckheimer. Gerald Bruckheimer. He directed a fine film,
God.
and Michael Bay added stupid characters.
Mm-hmm.
But no. I'm weirdly on the fence about that movie.
Yeah, because we'll share our final thoughts when we get to the end of our synopsis.
Holy shit!
Whoa.
The real ass wind just did a.
We got like a fucking tornado ass wind outside. What the fuck's going on?
It must be a meteor closing in.
Yeah, there was a meteor closing.
Good,
in.
it'll all be over soon.
Oh man, speaking of meteors.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
The opening scenes of this movie. There's the big meteor went through the asteroid belt, and somehow that knocked a couple meteors, it made them faster and towards us. So they arrived 18 days before the actual
big
meteor was appearing, which doesn't really make sense to me, but I don't know enough about physics to contest it. So anyway, this opening scene where these meteors hit happened in New York, where the Twin Towers used to be.
Oh.
This movie was before 2001.
Oh, shit.
And there is a small shot where you see the Twin Towers getting hit.
Oh, shit.
And, the Chrysler building goes down and, all this other shit. And, oh, man, this aged real good.
oh, shit.
This isn't weird to watch this now at all.
There's, this big-ass shot of, pretty much exactly the imagery of 9/11 happening, but with a meteor instead of a plane. It's really fucked up.
The top of a building falls over, and you see people falling towards the camera, and oh shit!
And running from the asbestos dust and shit, and you're like, what the fuck? And all I could think of is
I saw this on the news.
All I could think of is just Michael Bay did 9/11. It's just
There's a subplot. I guess you could consider it a subplot. Ben Affleck is
he's
is
young
dating he's dating Bruce Willis's daughter,
right?
And Bruce Willis hates that, and Ben Affleck is this young know-it-all asshole, I know what's best for things, and he fucks shit up, but sometimes he really comes through in a clutch.
See, my stupid idea worked. I'm a genius.
And the Bruce Willis's daughter that Ben Affleck is gonna marry is played by Liv Tyler, who is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
She's so pretty.
She's very, very pretty.
Shortly before she was to be Arwen, Princess of the Elves.
And she was pretty in that movie too, but she was more pretty in this one because Michael Bay was directing, and it's we have literally one female in the entire cast. She
was the only lady,
and she didn't do anything. Because this here is a drilling team full of big burly men.
No, there was an.
There was that lady. That right. One of the astronauts. There was an astronaut on the crew.
Yeah,
and she was a lady, and she was good at her job, and so she got none of the spotlight because this is a movie about fucking up constantly.
She threatened to kick Bear in the nuts.
Yes, she threatened to kick Bear in
and
the
then they
nuts.
called back to it like, remember when What's-Her-Face said that she's going to kick you in the nuts? It's like that. And it's like, okay.
And Bear's just like, I got a boner. How about you?
I'm in the CBT.
CBT is what I put in my vape to make my joints feel better. But anyway, so yeah, it feels like more than half of the movie is just them dicking around in astronaut training and setting up all the characters, because it's very vital that we know that the fat guy likes fattening food. It's very vital that we know
his name
that
Chunk?
His name is, I forget his name.
Yeah,
his name is,
I'm bad at names, so I never remember anybody's
His name
names
is
in
Fats
movies.
McKenzie.
his name is Chungus McDies First, is what his name is.
He dies second.
Oh, no, wait. He does
Yeah.
die second. That's right. He dies second. Good point. The person, I was actually surprised the person who died first.
Yeah, Owen Wilson is in this movie,
Yeah.
and he's the first one to die.
Does he get hit by some geyser on the meteor and go, wow?
Oh, believe me, when we were watching the movie.
Wow.
it was
Every
just-
time he's on screen, we're just going, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. Meanwhile, your girlfriend is just like, he doesn't say wow that much.
Well, he says it sometimes, Jen. He says it sometimes and it's memorable.
Wow.
He doesn't do that.
That was a good impression of Jen.
I did an impression pretty much on the same subject when I was hanging out with my cousin and local Josh, and Autumn was like, whoa, you do a good impression of Jen. And I'm like, yeah, she has a very distinct voice, and that makes her easy to imitate. And Autumn's like, you never done an impression of me. I'm like, how do I explain this? There are certain people who have very distinct voices and certain people who just have normal voices, and it's it's easy to imitate Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. It's hard to imitate Fred and Daphne.
Yeah.
Hey, gang.
Exactly.
I can't really do that. That sounded nothing like him. That was
yeah.
really me
Their
just saying one of his lines.
Exactly, because their voice is just like a normal voice with nothing to really like sink your hooks into.
Imitate
you know?
me. What do I sound like?
Here's my beer eye impression.
That's photo. That was just a recording of me.
Yeah.
Super accurate.
Armageddon, we gotta stay on topic. We got a movie to talk about.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So anyway, the thing I want to talk about are the astronaut training. They establish very briefly that Steve Buscemi's character is a fucking genius. And they like have him solve a Rubik's Cube, and he talks about how like jobs in science are boring, and how he went on to the oil rig because he's not like the other girls
Because it changes.
Yeah, he likes the pay, he likes the change of scenery, blah 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 blah, whatever. Well, anyway,
and he doesn't have to worry about telling everyone he's a registered sex offender.
yes,
Because there's a lot of like pedophilic jokes about him, about him being shifty and asking young women what their age is, and like there's a bit where Bruce Willis's daughter is saying like, I was raised on this boat. I liked people on this boat. When I had my period, you didn't take me to get pads. We had what was his name, like Roadhog or something?
oh yeah, Steve Buscemi's
yeah, Steve
character.
Buscemi's character was like Roadhog or something. He's like, Roadhog had to show me how to put it in, and then he's like, I swear she didn't tell me how old she was. Like, excuse me?
No part of that joke is okay. What the fuck?
Like, why'd you make a joke about that?
Wait, hold on. For reference, those are two separate jokes.
Are they? I thought
Those
they
are
were
two separate jokes.
I
The
thought
one
they were
with
the
the
same
tampon.
thing.
The one with the tampon is Steve Buscemi. Bruce Willis looks, furious. Ooh, my daughter. And Steve Buscemi goes, I told her. I didn't show her, for God's sake. He says that.
Mm-hmm.
And then prior to that joke, or maybe shortly after
It was
one
after.
of those two, there was another joke about when the feds showed up for the first time.
Oh.
Steve Buscemi goes, oh my God, is this about that bar in Taiwan? She didn't tell me how old she was.
Okay, I missed that part. But it's
Yeah.
still a weird pedophile joke.
Yes.
So, like, why are you trying to endear us to this character that you're setting up as a monster?
Well, it's because he shows a modicum of intelligence,
yeah.
and as you know, being smart makes you not cool. And if you're smart, you have to be labeled.
If you're
in some
smart enough, we don't
fashion.
care if you diddle children.
Well, no, I'm saying that like this is a movie coming from the perspective of the white collar, of the blue collar worker, And if you're smart, there's something fucking wrong with Jesus.
Steve
Hollywood.
Steve Buscemi. Oh yeah, exactly. That's the blue collar comedy tour. Anti-intellectualism boogeyman.
Exactly.
But, he's like, guys, I'm ready to go on the. I'm ready to blast off to the asteroid. He has a
That's
Ray.
a pretty good Steve Buscemi.
He has a Ray Ayanami body pillow.
Oh my god, I want the fucking music video, but replace Liv Tyler and Ben Affleck with Steve Buscemi and a body pillow of an anime girl. Where they're like doing the scene where they're chilling on the hilltop and he's
playing with the animal crackers.
Playing with the animal cracker on her tits. Which is a scene that happens in the movie.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that scene, and it came rushing back to me, and I didn't want it to.
It's like, I don't want to close my animal crackers.
There was a bit where she thought that Ben Affleck had died. Like, they went up to this like refueling station.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Everything went wrong, of course, because you
everything
need to have a
went wrong
movie.
in this movie.
So instead of them just getting more fuel, everything blew up. And Ben Affleck was like stuck in the inner workings of the satellite and like had to wrestle his way out with a Russian guy that was cool.
I was going to say he became the new host of Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah. But there's a bit where
That'd be great.
Where she's like she's sure he's dead and she's crying and breaking down over it, and Taylor's like, is there really anybody that would cry this many tears over Ben Affleck? And then I'm like, they're tears of joy.
He's finally free.
He's finally dead. That animal cracker shit was dumb.
Oh, thank God he's gone. I can move on.
And I mentioned the cool Russian guy.
Yeah.
I believe
Lev.
his name was Lev. He was running like this satellite by himself that they were going to refuel on. And since everything went upside down,
everything went tits up.
Yeah, he had to get on their spaceship with them and went with them to the meteor. And
I will just hitch ride. Don't worry about weight compliance in space vehicle. It's never important.
We could just make Fat Guy throw up a bunch.
We ejected Fat Guy. Now we can fit 3 Levs onto a spacecraft.
And he's the one cool character.
Yeah,
I love him.
Yeah, Lev is great.
And his like attitude towards everything is funny, and like his mannerisms are great. I like him a lot. And then at the end,
we thought for sure he was gonna die.
Yeah, we thought for sure he was gonna die. But then at the end, there's a bit where the spaceship is not working right when they're trying to lift off before they set the nuke off, and
which was an ordeal in and of itself.
Yeah. And the lady astronaut is like flipping switches and stuff, trying to make it work. And he's like, "Get out of my way! I know what to do! I know what to do! I know what to do!" And he like just gets a steel pipe and is like, "This is." He's like whacking the sheet. It's how we do it in my country. It works. It works. Now we can go home.
In Soviet Russia, we just hit things with pipe until it work.
It's exactly what happened. Lev is great. He's really funny throughout the entire film, and he's a healthy stack of actual levity as opposed to
levity.
That's
his name.
The levity. No, like it's kind of funny how Lev is the best character when like, we should be invested in all of these characters, these lovable jokesters.
He's full of his lovable pedophiles and rapists, and criminals
and womanizers and drunks. And
His full name is Comrade Lev Comic Relief Savich.
Well, he's a great comic relief. He does what every comic relief should do, which is also serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just have a guy cracking jokes, do nothing, go crazy and ruin everything, and then survive. Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, there's a bit where Steve Buscemi gets space madness.
They literally call it space dementia.
Madness.
They call it space dementia.
I thought they called it madness.
Nope,
So
space dementia.
so
I remember because
going, where am I?
remember because they should have called it space madness, because then we can make a Ren and Stimpy joke. But no, it's space dementia, and he gets space dementia, and he hijacks.
He starts playing with the minigun that they put on the drill machine
Yeah.
for some fucking reason.
Why do they give him a gun?
So Steve Buscemi could go crazy with it, and I think it's because Elon Musk was working on
asteroid
this.
goblins.
And he was worried there were goblins on that asteroid.
So he kitted them up with some high-power firearms.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were miniguns attached to the fucking drills for reasons. And yeah, Steve Buscemi fucking hijacks one of them and starts shooting it around, being like, "Die, asteroid!" What the fuck is he doing? He's got space dementia. All right. He doesn't look a thing like
Matthew McConaughey.
He doesn't look like Matthew McConaughey, but he's as sweaty as Matthew McConaughey, and he's got a pointed face like Matthew McConaughey. So I call him that. And he's like, he's got space dementia. They're like, fucking stop, Steve Buscemi. He's like, okay, tie me to a chair, and they do.
Duct tape me to a chair now.
And so like his character is so weird and pointless. I don't understand why they put him in there. Other than he needed to cause more problems because there weren't enough headache-inducing migraines going on in the movie, apparently.
What if the only way to stop the asteroid is kitty diddling? We better send him up.
Oh, no.
He's going to diddle the asteroid.
I don't want to diddle kids. Please don't fucking diddle kids, though. Please, goddamn it. Steve Buscemi!
You know, my buddy Jeffrey Epstein's going to love this story.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as part of their job, he does deal with a lot of minors.
Drilling is an art.
Is it though?
Yeah, but it is a great movie to watch and make funny at. It won't bore you.
Yeah,
that's for the goddamn sure.
I will admit this on live television.
Oh no.
I teared up when Bruce Willis was saying goodbye to his daughter. Because he has to stay behind on the asteroid to set off the nuke.
Naturally.
And they like have this really touching moment, and my eyes were watering up. I'm like, God damn it, why is fucking Armageddon making me cry?
Not for this movie. Not for this movie.
Why do I have tears for this?
He looks over. Oh, there's another escape crap.
Because you don't like seeing Liv Tyler that sad because she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
She's gonna cry and ruin her mascara.
Also, Bruce Willis's face is incredibly thick in that movie. I just want to say they used some weird lenses on him or something. His head looks like it's been lifting. Like, it's the only way I could describe it. His head is on the protein.
He's got a muscular head.
It's very strange. But yeah, on the whole, the movie is definitely a special effects wonderland. They got some really cool shots once they're on the asteroid, too.
The asteroid actually looks really cool.
Yeah.
They
made it all like
They
jagged.
reused the set from the moon landing.
It adds like Elder God energy to it because it's got all this like green and blue wispy like material coming off of it, and it looks like tendrils and tentacles. It's like, this is scary.
Rocks.
This is like a monster coming towards us. This is cool.
Yeah, it's not just like some rock-ass rock. It's got crazy-ass fucking huge tentacle rocks and shit. And they get on the surface and there's just ice spikes fucking everywhere. And one guy gets impaled on it and you're like, wow, fuck! Holy shit. Yeah, they went all out with the asteroid environment. I thought that was pretty cool. It almost makes you forget that somehow there's gravity in space.
No, there was no gravity. They had like...
That's why they brought the fat guy!
Yeah.
So they could orbit him.
They had like these rocket boosters on their backs that pushed them down, basically.
Okay.
But like that only works if you're standing up. And like they're bending over and like they're dropping shit the whole time, and like
so
it's like that box doesn't have boosters on it. That box is just gonna float around.
Yeah.
And that also doesn't. Oh wait, no. There was a time where they got me once. They got me. Mm-hmm. They went. It was when they refueled at the space station, and everybody got on, and there's gravity in the fucking space station, and I was like, hey, why the fuck is there gravity in the space station? And then Jen's like, oh, you were too busy making funnies. They said that the space station was spinning to simulate the gravity. I'm like, yeah, all right. They just didn't want to string up Steve Buscemi on wires, so I guess whatever.
This is way easier to diddle people.
No! Steve, no! He's coming through the window. Here he comes.
I feel like a vampire.
Now I want to see Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but with Steve Buscemi.
Not just Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi reprising his character from Armageddon. Specifically.
Crouching Diddler, Hidden Dragon.
No.
Woo!
You kids ever tried a wine cooler before?
No.
Oh, fuck.
And the episode's over.
That's the end of the episode.
Yeah, final thoughts. Armageddon is a terrible movie that is absolutely worth watching. I recommend it. You'll love it. You'll hate it. You'll love it.
It's like Independence Day.
It's
in that
shit.
Same
It's
vein.
great.
Exactly. Both of those movies fall in the it's shit. It's great category.
It's so stupid. It's not funny half the time. It insults your intelligence. You will love it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.